What's up, everybody? Behind me is a community garden behind this fence. We're in the town of Canton, Connecticut. Behind all of this is an entire plaza of just like shopping malls and phone stores and T-Mobile. I think we should burn down this garden. Now, we're not gonna do that in this video. But the reason why I opened with that statement is because all of these plants are inedible, and every single plant that they attempt to grow here will be inedible. I had an experience yesterday, a very shocking experience, I will say. I went to the north end of Hartford. Now, I've lived in Hartford part-time for 15 years, and I've never really been to this section of Hartford. I was door dashing, and I got an order to go to Dollar General because, you know, somebody wants stuff from Dollar General in the middle of the third world country, Afghanistan area. That's actually what north end of Hartford is. So I go into the store and I see what they want, and I can get stuff with the red card, and it says they want Skittles water. Then they want another Skittles water. And then they want gummy Skittles. So this person just wanted Skittles for some reason. And I found the Skittles water, I couldn't find the Skittles, but that's not what this video is about. They wanted absolute slave slop straight from Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know, literally, like, Willy Wonka would not even sell this shit. He would look at it, spit on it, create a cancer flower, and then chop it in half with his freaking bowl cut hairline, right? So I'm in this Dollar General, and I'm looking around, you know, at the produce, the products, right? And it's just like, just slop. I don't gotta say it. Doritos, bread, fake bread, bullshit bread, cereal, ghetto juice, ghetto milk, ghetto ice cream, ghetto soda, Powerade, Gatorade, freaking bullshit iced tea, lemonade, Kool-Aid powder, iced tea powder, mango, orange, citrus juice powder, all of these juices and powders, all of this poison. But they wanted Skittles, so I got their Skittles, and then I'm walking out. And by the way, I can't even like emphasize how bad this Dollar General was. It was in the middle of chaos. Batman could not last in this area, guys. Like, I've seen people bend 95 degrees. Like, think of, this is a 90-degree angle, but their bending style was 95 degrees minimum. Like, bending. Going into Dollar General to get more sludge, bullshit popsicles. So I get their stuff and I drive over like a block to their house, and they live in Zombieland. They live in Alexandria. If Alexandria was overrun by zombies. I mean, I was in survival mode, and I think we need to ask Homelander to laser a circle around that entire area and then lift it up and throw it to Mars, because it's really, really catastrophic over there. But that made me think, you know, I feel bad for these people. I can't blame the people for shopping there, because that's all that they can afford. That's all that they can afford. So they go to this Dollar General and they get their their bullshit outer space factory food. They get their Hunger Games food. And then I thought to myself, wait, this is what I don't get. Like, I'm a little confused. These people, they have to eat this food. Well, they don't have to eat this food, but this is really all they get, because this is all they can afford. These are very low income individuals. Some of these people are homeless. But there are wealthy people who make a very livable salary, who have a family, live in a big mansion, who will also eat like this. The same day, a couple hours later, I delivered to a house in Avon. I don't know if you know Avon, but Avon is just mansions. It's six-figure earners, right? And I drive to this house on a hill, which means you know that they have money because they live on a hill. And they're ordering gummy bears and grain products from the gas station. Grain products from the gas station. When they could really use that money to buy animal foods. Then I thought to myself, wait, maybe this isn't just a money thing. Maybe people are just retarded and don't know how to feed themselves and their families. I don't know if the sun is making my chest look bigger, but like I was saying, today I'm gonna be talking to you guys. I know it took me a long time to get to my thesis statement, my opening title, but this is how to feed your children correctly. Now, I don't have children. I don't know if you can tell, I actually don't have children, but this isn't about experience. This is about common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Let's go back to the first point. I think we should burn this entire garden. We should burn this garden! We should burn this garden because nothing here is edible. If you were to go to the store, now I don't know who's watching, but let's just say you are a wealthy individual. And when I say wealthy individual, I'm talking about somebody that owns a home. Honestly, almost anybody can afford ground beef nowadays. Almost everybody. I mean, if you have a full-time job, you can afford ground beef. You can afford animal products. You can afford dairy. You can afford red meat. You can afford fucking chicken. Ground chicken's like $4 a pound. I don't want to see green leaves, starches, roots, ginger, garlic in your cart. If I'm at the Stop and Shop, I don't want to see fucking ginger, tea, garlic, artichoke, peppers, spicy veggies, carrots, green spinach, kale, seaweed in your cart. I don't want to see it. And if you have a baby and the little freaking plastic car toy, and you even think for a second to grab that baby sludge, that the yellow potato, sweet potato sludge, I should whip you. I should take off my belt and I should punish you for that. Just give them human food. Give them human food. Give them meat. If you don't want it raw, because I can understand raw meat, I'm not gonna lie and say raw meat tastes like birthday cake. It doesn't. Of course, it's an acquired taste. You gotta eat it a few times to like it. I have some roasting in my car right now because it's like 100 degrees outside. Give them the cooked meat for a little bit. Eventually they'll want, if you were to put baby food in colorful, I don't care what color it is, colorful baby food next to a piece of steak, that baby will, even if it's raw, especially if it's raw, that baby will always go for the raw steak. Every time. Obviously be careful where you get the meat, don't get them bullshit grain-fed, corn-fed. No, get them good meat. Go to a farm if you have to. Honestly, it's better to eat corn, grain-fed meat, or cows, and vegetables, or grains, especially grains. Pick up that bread and suck it out of your cart. I don't want to see bread. I don't want to see pasta. I don't want to see cookies, crackers, grains, cupcakes, brownies, cake, pizza. I don't want to see that shit in your cart. Do you hate your children? If you hate your children, great. Feed them these grains so they can have, autism and ADHD, retardation. Don't give them macaroni. Don't give them macaroni. Fuck that garden. Fuck that. This is a community garden. I don't care if I'm destroying it. Pisses me off. Makes me sick. I watched Sinners, and I remember the scene when all of the MCs are in the barn, and they're trying to test out who's a vampire. Which vampire? I'm going to talk about that in a second, but they're testing out who's a vampire, so they all have to eat this garlic. And one of the characters like, I don't want to eat this. And they're all suspicious. Eat that garlic. You better eat that garlic. But she's like, I don't like garlic. That right there is a smart move. Garlic is not meant to be consumed. I don't know if the writers were thinking about that or not. See, vampires in Sinners, like Remick, all of the converted KKK vampires, they were actually right. Now, not their KKK ideology, but their nutrition was right. Because it is better to eat another human being than a plant. I know that sounds criminally insane, so let me actually say that again. If I was stranded on an island with nobody around but except for a bunch of dead bodies because we've crashed our plane into the island, and I had to eat a person who was already dead and very recently dead, so they weren't just sitting out with all the parasites in them, or leaves. Guys, I'm not a dinosaur. I'm not that long neck dinosaur in Jurassic Park. I'm not a deer. This isn't Jurassic Park. I would never chew on leaves. Learn how to feed your kids. If you have the money, you have no excuse. And I put my hands like this to emphasize my point. I don't actually talk like an anime character, but you have no excuse. You have no excuse to feed your kids if you have money. You really don't. People at Dollar General, let me go back to the Dollar General story. I feel bad for those people because they are cooked. They are cooked. They do have to eat the slop. They do have to take the brain damage and the indigestion and all the bullshit that comes with because they have no money. If you have money, you have no excuse to feed yourself and your family the right food. If you have the knowledge, then you really don't have an excuse. But that's all I wanted to say. Here's some scenery. Nice scenery. I think I filmed the blanket man here. I threw a big boulder. This looks really nice though. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you out.